What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome once again to another episode of the First Round Bye podcast. I am Soss, and of course, you guys can probably tell that I'm in a different area, so I am not accompanied by my boy Jose. Welcome to episode 45. And part of the reason why we are doing it a little bit differently today is because of the fact that boy Jose had some other things going on. So you guys get me for this episode. I want to start off this episode by thanking all of you for your continued support, all the love, all the just the views, the listens, everything. We definitely appreciate it. And if you want to get some fire merch, yep, let me see. There we go. Yep. Head on over to firstroundbye.com. We got merch. We've got pint glasses. We've got stickers. We've got hoodies. We've got tank tops, long sleeve shirts, all the things you can imagine. We have it all. And you guys will want to be wearing it. If you guys do end up getting some merch, definitely make sure that you get a picture or something in it. That way we can throw you up on the website, shout you out, do something, you know. We always appreciate your support. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and start this off. This is going to be probably a shorter episode, but it's an episode nonetheless. Now, I'm sure that most of you have heard, especially if you are checking out the football world, if you have your ear to the ground, then you will know that Mr. C-Mac, Christian McCaffrey, he is now a 49er. He went from the Panthers to the 49ers. And I've got my notes sitting right up here, so if you guys wonder why I keep looking over to the other screen, that is why. But Christian McCaffrey, he went to the 49ers for a second-round pick, a third-round pick, and a fourth-round pick in 2023, and then a fifth-round pick in 2024. That is hefty for a running back. However, he is one of the most utilitarian running backs in the league, if not the most utility running back in the league. He is consistently a top 5 running back whenever healthy. That's the caveat to it all, is whenever he is healthy, he is a top running back. But the big thing about it is just that the Panthers, they are currently basically in a rebuild mode. Now, granted, they are keeping some of their players, some of the cornerstone players, I should say, which DJ Moore is one, Brian Burns is another, which actually Brian Burns, I believe that there was speculation and there was talks that multiple teams were offering multiple first-round picks for Brian Burns, which absolutely nuts. But also the same thing for DJ Moore. He is a big-time talent. He's a young talent and everything. But the building blocks that they have for that team, they're going to continue to build around them. So what does this mean for the Panthers? This means that the Panthers, because they offloaded Christian McCaffrey, who was very much well-loved whenever he was playing. Now, granted, he did have a pretty extensive injury history. But whenever he's on the field, he is electric. He is usually their top receiver. He is usually their top rusher, which it's huge. However, they weren't really going anywhere with him. And they didn't really utilize him the best way that they could have. Now, do I think the 49ers are going to utilize him even better? I think so. Now, granted, he is going to a situation where the 49ers, they already have quite a few weapons. They have Jeff Wilson, they have George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Jimmy G, which kind of a middling quarterback, but Jimmy G is better than anything that the Panthers have to offer currently. Although, so on this recording is literally right after Sunday. I'm doing this Monday night, and this is actually after the Monday Night Football game, which we will talk about on the next episode, I believe. But so PJ Walker, I think his name is PJ Walker. He lit up that Tampa Bay secondary. He did a pretty good job. Even DJ Moore scored a touchdown and everything. But yeah, so right after the Panthers trade him away, trade Christian McCaffrey away, they end up beating the Buccaneers. And that's, again, a topic for another day. But yeah, so it is just absolutely nuts. Now, everybody was going crazy. Everybody was going crazy for this trade. Well, the Panthers, they get a bunch of either ammunition to move around in the draft, or they get a bunch of potential solid players. Because a second round pick, a third round pick, and a fourth round pick, those are nothing to scoff at, especially the second and the third round picks. If you have a GM that's worth their salt, then of course they're going to hopefully have an eye for talent, and hopefully you can turn these picks into at least starters. Maybe not premier players like Christian McCaffrey, but who knows? You never know. The draft is a crapshoot. We all know that. But anyway, so, and then a fifth round pick in 2024. So the Panthers are in rebuild mode. It's a fire sale right now. It's nuts over there. However, like I said, those cornerstone players they are keeping. But yeah, so let us know in the comment section down below. Let us know what you guys think of that trade. Do I think that it was a good trade? I thought it was an okay trade. I thought that the compensation for Christian McCaffrey was a little bit high. Mostly because, now granted, he is a premier player, but that injury history, I can't get over it sometimes. I cannot get over the fact that he has been injured quite often and for a long time. And so, but whenever he's on the field, he's absolutely electric. So, and I think that they took on his salary too, which was, I want to say over 10 million, but I can't quite remember. Regardless, that is just absolutely nuts. So they paid all those picks and his salary. So, I'm actually really excited to see how he does with the 49ers, because like I said, I think Jimmy G is a better quarterback than he's been used to, with the exception of that one year that Cam was just lighting it up over there in Carolina. But he's going to a crowded, not only backfield, but there's some, like, they have a lot of talent on that 49ers team. They've got Deebo Samuel, like I said, George Kittle, which Deebo Samuel is similar in a way to Christian McCaffrey because they use Deebo as a running back as well, and they use him obviously as a receiver. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think of it. Let me know if you guys believe that Christian McCaffrey is going to be that X factor that takes the 49ers to the next level. Now, moving on. This whole episode is basically about trades. Trades, because the trade deadline for the NFL is November 1st. So there's a lot of potential targets out there. Now, the next one was, so I was going to talk about it until I decided to record this later. So Chase Claypool, he was a potential trade target, but apparently the Steelers have taken him off of the trade block. And that was just recently. That was yesterday. But another big name player that could be moving on from their team, Mr. Brandon Cooks from the Texans. If you guys have been following Brandon Cooks, he's a deep threat. I can't believe I can remember the word threat for some reason. But anyway, he's a deep threat. But he is getting older, and he has also dealt with injuries a little bit and stuff. So, but if you're looking for if it's a team that's looking for a veteran presence, then that'd be ideal for him. Now, one squad that I think would benefit from it, but wouldn't happen to be able to get him, would be the Titans. And part of the reason why is just because they're in the same freaking division. But another squad will actually, yes, another squad would be the Green Bay Packers. that wide receiver room is super, super, super young, and they could use that veteran presence. I think that Brandon Cooks would add a lot. Plus, it would give Aaron Rodgers another target that he desperately needs, because that offense right now is just not it. It's not it. Now, the next one, Mr. Chubb from the Broncos, the linebacker. They were getting trade calls on him, and then also Jerry Jeudy, another premier wide receiver. Now, I think it would take a lot to get Jerry Jeudy, because the dude's an excellent route runner. He wins one-on-one battles, but I want to say that sometimes he just gets lost in the mix for some reason, because the Broncos also have Cortland Sutton, but they just paid that huge ass contract to Russell Wilson, who, as many people know, he's not doing that great this year. He is playing like absolute doo-doo, and I feel for him because I like the dude, but I've also heard through the grapevine that he is a terrible teammate and that most of his teammates hate him. So, but yeah, no, it's pretty incredible that all these, like, I wouldn't even say superstars, but I would say that it's incredible that all these players are like, they're getting a bunch of I would say that it's pretty incredible right now that there are so many big name players right now that could potentially be on the move. And it's just still nuts to me that Christian McCaffrey is no longer a Panther and that he is with the 49ers. But there are plenty of other like smaller trade targets. So if you guys know of any other ones, drop them in the comments below. Definitely make sure that you interact with us, because we love talking football. And granted, I know it's just me right now, and it's a little bit different because normally I'm talking football with one of my best friends, but you know what? We make do with what we got, right? But yeah, so since Josie is not here with me, then interact with me down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think that my opinion is doo-doo as well. But yeah, and I also wonder what the fantasy implications are going to be. Because Christian McCaffrey went from being a player on the Panthers to where he was the only weapon, to now a team where he's not the only weapon. He's not the only premier weapon. So what does that do for his fantasy value? I think it skyrockets, honestly, because they're going to use him a lot. Because, I mean, they got a new toy. Why not? But I think that it's going to be kind of interesting to see what ends up happening, see if any other big-time trades happen between now and November 1st, which is a week from tomorrow, or whenever you guys are watching this. It's going to be a week from Tuesday, so next Tuesday. So it's coming down to the wire. We could see a lot of movement, a lot of crazy movement and everything, but I'm excited. I am personally a big fan of trades, especially the big time ones. So whenever I saw the breaking news that Christian McCaffrey was traded, and then I just started looking up all these other trade possibilities and stuff, because it just gets me excited, because I mean, it's fun. It's fun to see players go from one team to another. But anyway, I'm rambling on too much. Hope you guys enjoyed this relatively short episode and everything. Obviously, more than likely, I'm going to be alone on the next episode as well, so just be prepared for that. But on the next episode, we will have a little bit something different to talk about. We're going to be talking about something that actually just occurred today, but you're going to have to check out the next episode to find that out. So, like I said before, Head to firstroundbuy.com for all your First Round Buy merch needs and also all the listening opportunities that we offer. All the streaming services are on there and everything. So with that being said, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for sticking around.